Hello, my name's Grian and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft, and you might be wondering why I'm walking backwards. And that's because behind me I have sussed out how to do the back of this building. I've been doing some off-camera building for Sahara, and this particular part has been through about 3 different designs before I finally settled on this one. The trickiest part was getting this bit here to look right. And there's actually a fresh room in here that I plan to use a little bit later on in the episode. There's absolutely nothing going on or no differences inside the main warehouse building at the moment, because the redstone is still under construction, and I don't want to go ahead and build anything important there because the redstone does come first. This building, however, I can do a little bit more because, as you can see, I have emptied out some of this area and I have filled it up with some blank walls. The interface for Sahara is going to go somewhere around here. I believe that the actual interface is only going to be like 2 blocks, so that might actually look a little bit strange in the context of this great big wall. But as you can see, I've been doing some work. Now, this is going to be the architect or the Sahara Nether portal. So let's get this set up, shall we? So if I pop through, it's probably going to put me at somebody else's portal. That's the one in the shopping district. If we follow the mini-map, because the actual Nether hub is one giant map of the entire island, it actually makes it pretty easy to put our portal. And that would be right about here. So in theory, if I place the portal, like so, this should link it up. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So if you want to go to Sahara through the Nether, it's super easy now. But as for the building of Sahara, there's still a lot to do. Like, it may seem like we've got a lot of it done, and we have got a lot done. But it's such a massive project. It's hard to keep the steam going at 100% in order to get this done. For example, this roof alone, you can see how much quartz is needed to finish this, and I used all of my supply just getting this outer ring done. So what I did was I spent about an hour and a half gathering all of this nether quartz ore, and I thought I'd spend the start of this episode at least just time-lapsing getting this part done. So let's grind this out. So I've never actually done this before, where you make a time-lapse where you take all the ore of something, you place it all down, and then you literally remove it all as one big time-lapse. Yeah, and I must admit, it took me a really long time, so I don't think I'll be doing it again. But it was necessary to get all of this quartz, and my goodness, was there a lot in the end. But eventually, it got the job done. Or, well, did it? I can't believe it. After that time-lapse, you saw me placing all that quartz ore, getting rid of it, and then starting placing it all the way around. And look, 12 blocks of quartz slab left. I haven't got enough. I've got nothing. I've just got nothing to fill this up with. I'm going to have to go and get some more quartz. I thought, this is going to be enough, and I'll have some left over. No. This is one of the most expensive blocks in the game. I literally cannot believe that it wasn't enough. But as I was building this, I was sort of doing my quartz ore and stuff, and as I was going, I kind of stopped for a second, and I looked over there, and I was like, what? So now, I'm in the middle of time-lapsing, and I want to go and check this out. I haven't been yet, because I wanted to record that little time-lapse there, but there's something, that is a hideous mask, and it's on my pickle shop. So let's go and have a look at what's going on over here. Oh, it's a salmon head. Oh, it's a salmon. Oh, okay. From this angle, I couldn't tell what it was. From here, it's got a really like kind of face. But when you get round the corner, when you actually face it on, you can see, yeah, that's 100% a salmon mask. It's not even like a salmon head or a salmon face. It's literally got a bit around it. So let's go and, oh my goodness. I mean, this is one of my favorite things that's going on in the server, slowly, very slowly, this little parrot has been just, you know, doing his business, and it's creeping. It's creeping everywhere. It's spreading. It's getting in cherry. This is gross, and it's dripping down into the pickle shop. This is absolutely ludicrous. This is season 6 worth of bird poop. And since we're here, we should actually go and have a look in the pickle shop. Maybe that's why they've done it. The salmon wants me to go and check inside the pickle shop. Well, if the salmon was here, there's no way for me to tell because there's pickles absolutely everywhere. I forgot about all the pickle puns. This water can be a little bit cumbersome. Buy more pickles, it's a pretty sweet deal. Oh, nice, we've actually sold some. We've actually sold a lot. Wait, I think there's one up here as well. No, nothing in that one. Oh, we've sold all of our pickles. I mean, pickles aren't, let's be honest, a very big seller. Not many people need them, but 13 diamonds? Not that bad. I don't know who needs that many pickles, unless the salmon's actually bought all of my pickles, and that's their way of... Because, you know, here's the thing. I haven't checked my pickle shop in, I don't know, weeks and weeks and weeks. Maybe it must have been like episode 20 where I last checked it, because literally no one was buying pickles. Maybe the salmon is behind it. Well, at least they paid for it. At least they've paid for the pickles. If anyone knows who did buy them, please let me know. But if not, maybe it was the salmon. That's really interesting. You know what? I think I'm going to leave that there. I mean, that was a prank in the first place. That was a Harry Potter pickle, and now it's a Salmon Man Harry Potter pickle. So I guess what I need to do is I'm going to have to go and gather just a little bit more quartz to fix this up. I believe right now Mumbo is actually doing some redstone. It's about time, Mumbo. Look at that. There's loads of progress, and there's already mobs in there. Already mob spawning. Light it up, Mumbo. Anyway, let's go and grab this quartz so that we can kind of try and get this finished. I don't know what's going on, but I can't fly. It literally won't let me... Look, watch this. It's like my rockets just don't go anywhere. Even if I take it off and I put it back on, it's just consuming the fireworks. What is this? Look. Whew, smells a bit. I think I'm gonna have to just relog. There we go. Now we're flying. And it's actually been quite a long time since we got this far, and I've been doing lots and lots of work to it. So I went and got myself some more quartz, and we're actually going to finish this off right now. This is a really good feeling. And done. But that's not all that I've been working on. I've actually been working really hard on the whole of the Sahara build and trying to get it as done as possible. So I've added in these 2 trees. It's kind of cut off because of the building, and yeah, regrettably, I would actually have put 4 in there, but there's no way I'm taking them down and making another one. See, like, the spacing's probably a bit too much. I probably should have had 1, 2, 3, then 4, which is annoying. In fact, I probably could just shift over that one and then make another there, which wouldn't be as much work. But either way, the inside is what I've been working on the most, and I've actually spent a really decent amount of time trying to make this a really cool interior. So, at the moment, I'm thinking this is where the console's going to be. This is where you actually make your order for Sahara. Now, I've tried my best to actually mob-proof it. You can see I've put carpet everywhere. I've even added some nice detailing on the roof. There's, like, end rods that act as light, and it's like it's hanging from there. I've really put in a lot of effort to try and make this lobby look really attractive to anyone that comes into the shop. I've also added a couple of elevators here, just some bubble elevators with some arrows pointing the direction that they go in. But up here, I've still got a lot to do. So, yeah, I basically went to get quartz, and I came back and worked on all this, and boy oh boy did I use quite a lot of materials. Now over here, you'll notice that I've been making these big holes, and what I've been thinking is that I can do the glass fog trick to try and make something more decorative. And then I'm thinking in here, we have a couple of layers of water, and it's kind of like having a fountain without removing all the sand in the middle, and I think that would look really nice. But I'm not actually sure how deep I need to go to make this fog effect work really well. Excuse, he's just walked into me. Oh, he's seen me. He's seen me now. Well, there's a full-on war. Yep, there's a full-on war going on here. There's something weird about this area, okay? Because seriously, like the entire mob cap can spawn in this one tiny cave, and it's actually really bad. So it's probably a good idea to get this whole thing lit up. Overall, I think in a few days' time, maybe a week, I can have all of the building done. I've really enjoyed this project so far, but I've actually started doing something with this room here, and this is part of my marketing campaign. So this is a really big part of Sahara, so I've got to make sure that I get this right first time. What we're going to be producing here is some Sahara news, or should we call it Hermit news, presented by Sahara. So I am going to take Scar's design for the camera, because we're going to need a camera for this. And he made a really cool design, so I'm gonna use that. So I've made a slightly different version to the one that Scar made over at the Vex tank, but we've got ourselves a camera, which this is such a cool design. What we need now is just a little bit of studio lighting so that we can film our very first Hermit news. So brought to you by Sahara, this is Hermit news. I think that I'm ready to make this. This could be really, really cool. So yes, this is like sponsored news, I guess. Like, this is Sahara backed, so of course we're going to be pushing an agenda in our news stories, but this could be a really, really fun thing. I've already got a few like little things in mind. So maybe what we should do is I'm just gonna go ahead and make it and see what happens. Oh boy, here we go. Alright, let's start filming, shall we? Good evening and welcome to Hermit News. Tonight's top stories: Ariana Grande's new album, I'm Agreeing With You, tops the charts for 12 weeks in a row. An ugly mask that looks like a salmon has appeared on the pickle shop, and in a mysterious turn of events, all the pickles have sold out. And Mumbo's slime shop is still not stocked. And now for our top story: a major waste spill has been discovered at a Concord retailer in the shopping district. Let's go over to Grian, who is out in the field. Thank you, Grian. As you can see behind me, we're looking at one of the worst environmental disasters of Season 6. It would appear that their waste disposal pipes have been clogged for months, but time finally has taken its toll, and it is now spewing out waste into the surrounding environment. This throws into question the care of duty Concord has shown the shopping district, and we are yet to hear a response from them. We can only hope that other companies will be more considerate and clean with their building. Back to you, Grian and Grian. Thank you, Grian. In other unrelated news, Sahara has been progressing greatly in the last few weeks, having completed the majority of their building. They have even started building an offshore wind farm to power their business venture. Talk about sustainable enterprise. And that's it from us at Hermit News. Good evening, and hashtag shop at Sahara. And that's a wrap on the first Hermit News. I think that went pretty well, don't you? So I was thinking basically what we could do is Sahara News every now and again to update people on the ongoings of the server. Obviously, Sahara are going for some more sustainable energy than the toxic sludge that is going on with Concord. This is a brilliant... Look at that. Oh, it's even grown since the last time... Since the report happened, it's gotten even bigger. Oh, I totally forgot. Wait, I didn't realize you could just bounce off it when you were flying. I thought it damaged you even when you were flying. I thought it didn't matter. I thought fall damage was fall damage. Apparently not. So what happens if you fall from a really... Do you get like a really big bounce? I didn't even hit the slime. Oh, that's so embarrassing. I still want to see if you bounce off it though. If I boast about how good I am at flying, and then I do this. I think I need to give up my title as the best flyer on the server. Okay, let's try this again. And this time, I'm going to hit the slime properly. Alright, here we go. Oh, nice! You can get some real air on that. That's so cool. I was pretty sure I was going to die, but I actually just died from bad flying. So what I'm thinking we can do is we can definitely build on this whole news thing going on. So there are plenty of Concord shops in the shopping district, and basically the plan is to give them a really bad reputation. I mean, they already have a bad reputation, but like, look at this. This one is like it's an engine. It's chucking out loads of, like, look at this. They have zero environmental concern. Look at all the junk that's coming out of this. Honestly, they're even affecting the weather. Affecting the weather. It's unbelievable. So the news are going to report on that and report on the good things that Sahara are doing. But that is only part of my advertising campaigns. Honestly, I have a lot of ideas. This is just about giving Sahara a bit of a good reputation before we've even gotten started. Over the next few episodes, I plan on doing some really intense marketing schemes to try and get all of the hermits to start shopping at Sahara. But unfortunately, as much as I want to start advertising properly, there's really not much chance of me advertising effectively if we don't even have a product. We don't have the full shop yet. It's just not finished. So we've really got to get a move on with all of the building and the redstone. As fun as it is, we just need to actually start selling something, because I can't advertise a shop that isn't even open yet. And then we've got to have a grand opening day. There's a lot of work to do here. So going back into the building, and speaking of all the work that we've got to do, I should at least try and get this courtyard finished. I'm really not sure if I like this giant square thing. Doesn't look particularly good at the moment, especially as this is 4 blocks, that's 3. But either way, I wanted to try out this glass trick, and I'm honestly not sure how many layers you need to do in order to make this work, but I'm pretty sure I know the theory. And I've got a shulker box full of the glass right here, but it's probably wise to start from the bottom. For those of you that don't really know this trick, all you have to do is do a layer of glass, of stained glass for that matter, and you have to have a space of air, then another layer, then another, and you repeat multiple layers, and then when you look down, they all kind of like fade into one. It gives this really cool effect. There we go. So you kind of get the idea. Obviously, I definitely have not done enough layers. You've got to do really quite a lot of these to get the full effect. But you can see where it's going, and probably I've maybe done the wrong coloured glass. I could have done something else. I may even just blow this whole thing up with TNT and start over again. Because, yeah, I'm not sure if this is the right direction. I like the idea of having water all along here, as it's like resemblant of a fountain. But this glass thing, this was just an experiment. One thing that I was pretty certain that I wanted to do was maybe add some bookshelves, like some decorative bookshelves for this main part, because, well, I do actually need some decoration in here that isn't just super ultra modern, so maybe some tall bookshelves might make us seem a bit more sophisticated than we perhaps are here at Sahara. I actually bought all of these with emeralds, but I'm thinking I'm probably going to need a lot more. Something like that with the shelving could look really cool. I don't really know if it fits. It definitely matches the floor. I'm going to have to do a lot of experimenting. I did a lot of experimenting with just the shape of this room. I think this design up here went through 3 or 4 iterations before we got anywhere near where it is. So this might take a few attempts as well. But I kind of wanted to show you what I do, because a lot of the time I build this off camera and then I just show you the finished thing. But this time I wanted to show you how many times I mess up before I get the right design. Well, anyway, you need to let me know in the comments whether I should continue with the news thing, see if that works. It was a lot of fun to make, but it is a lot of effort, so if it's not a good idea, then I'll ditch it. But I had a lot of fun with it, and I think it could be really funny. Show Concord who's boss. That's the goal of this. Show Concord who rules the Hermitcraft server. And we're the new guy on the block, and we're going to sell everything. And I've got to admit, if you take a good look around, you fly up in the sky, and you take a look at the shopping district as a whole, Sahara really is one of the most obvious things. Maybe not from this angle because we got our big wall in the way, but round like this, you can see how enormous Sahara is. And I'm really intrigued to get this on a separate server and get like a world edit count of how many blocks we used. I think that'd be a really interesting statistic. Well, anyway, we have done an awful lot of work today. Why is Scar following me? Scar, what are you doing? That's my job. Scar, what are you doing? No, no. Okay, so that's what that feels like. I thought I was lagging. Anyway, that's it from me, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. I am having a great time working on Sahara, and I can't wait to get into the marketing much more fully. Obviously, my job is starting to come to an end when it comes to the building. Once this is done, actually, you know what? From the air, that doesn't look bad at all. But my job, on the whole, is starting to come to an end. The redstone might be a long ways off. I mean, I don't even know what's going on there. But you can see that my building here, oh, that wasn't me, but the building here, it's, and you know, all the details and stuff, it's all starting to get finished. And when the building's done, there might still need to be redstone, but it'll be my job to start advertising this as much as possible. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. And you know what? For the first time ever, and I do mean this, the first time ever, if you enjoy the Hermitcraft series, and we're like 59 episodes in, would you consider subscribing to my channel? I've never, ever, ever, ever asked anyone to subscribe to my channel like this before, and it feels really, really weird. But you'd be surprised how many people that watch this series aren't actually subscribed to my channel. And I want to know if this message actually does any different. So if I see a big increase in subscribers, I'll know that you saw it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye!